Hello, welcome to another episode of our live stream, My Journey to the Trinity. It's a new sign. Hope you're having a good day. God bless you. Hello, Vigo Bond. Hello, Andrew Martin. God bless you guys. Hope you're having a good day. Good Friday, depending where you are. I think some places it's probably already Saturday. So, see, the Quran doesn't directly tell us that Allah is an idol, but does show this. Hmm. Can you tell us how? Can you tell us how the Quran shows us this, Andrew? Yes. Oh, sorry. That's okay. Andrew, I don't know if you'd like to come on. If you'd like to come on, I don't know if you'd like to come on, Andrew, and tell us how the Quran shows that Allah is an idol. We welcome that. And yeah, I was just kind of listening today to Christian Prince and enjoying kind of his some of his older episodes and stuff. I love listening to his older stuff, with um, and show prostration is my shadow prostration. What is the shadow prostration? And Allah has made for you that which He has created, shadows, a shade, has made for you from that which He has created, shadows. Some of the stuff now you got me curious. I kind of want to look at that. Actually, I want to see what I'm kind of curious to see what some of the commentaries like Ibn Abbas would say about. Hmm, how about Ibn Kathir? Ibn Kathir was kind of the cleanup man. He kind of came around. Oh, it doesn't have 81. Is that what you said? 81? It doesn't have it. Let me see if he has 82. Uh, see if he has it. Okay. It's trees. Oh, Allah has made shade for you out of that which He's created. This means trees. Allah ja'al lakum mimma khalaq dhalalan. Okay. Now I want to see how it says it in the Quran. 16. You guys, Andrew got us slightly. Allah ja'al lakum mimma khalaq dhalalan wa ja'al lakum min al-jibal aknanan wa ja'al lakum sarabil takikum. Made for you out of that which He's created shades, made for you places of refuge in the mountains, made for you garments to protect you from heat and coats of mail to protect you from mutual violence. Thus He does perfect His favor unto you that you may submit yourself. Okay. Yeah, right. To whoever is within the heavens. And Allah prostrates whoever is in the heavens and the earth willingly or by compulsions, and their shadows as well in the morning and in the afternoon. Father Zechariah said something, and when he said it, it caused an earthquake in the Muslim world, especially in the Arabic Muslim world. It caused such a huge earthquake in Egypt that the president of Egypt got involved. And he said, Katib al-Quran mastulun sakran. The writer of the Quran was a disoriented drunk. And so when you read stuff like this, it's like, yes, I think so. So anyway, I was just thinking about kind of hoping that our friend Amir is going to be able to be with us today. I spoke with him today, and I don't know. So anyway, we'll let's hope that he does come on. But in the meantime, I just want to look. All right, thank you, Andrew. I'll read that article. Appreciate it. It would be great if you could send it to private chat as well, because I can open it from private chat. So if you could do that, I'd really appreciate it. Even if it's just a link. It's a little hard to open it from chat, but from the private chat, I can open it. So, yeah. So, anyway, I just was thinking about, the fact that, there are these Quran only Muslims, and very wisely, they've decided they don't want the Hadith. It's crazy. It's indefensible. There's so much insane stuff in it. It's easier to just do away with the Hadith. The King of Saudi Arabia wanted to do it. The Al Azhar University said okay, and so there's this whole new brand of Muslim that are called Quran only Muslims, and so they only believe what's in the Quran. They don't believe the commentaries. They don't believe. Oh my goodness! They only believe. Hello, Andrew. How are you?
Hello. How are you guys going? Now,
You on before, so welcome. So,
is this the shadow thing? No, check with everyone in the studio. That's the one. Here we are.
yes,
Does that work?
you're here. You're on live right now, and we don't have any. We don't have your picture. We have just a black screen. But if you're more comfortable that way, okay.
I
Well,
got a
there we
camera.
go. Okay. If you'd
You
like
can
to
look at my
open it,
beard.
you're welcome to.
You can look at my beard.
Well, tell you the truth, it
I
looks a
keep
lot
my,
like mine. It looks a lot
I
like
keep,
mine. So,
I keep my identity private. I do. I don't want Muslims to
okay.
dox me.
Okay. Um, well, you did just show your face there, and
Yeah, yeah,
but you
Right,
can go
that's my
ahead
thumb.
and cover if you prefer. So
My
yes,
cover,
thank
my
you.
camera.
Well, do you have a channel, Andrew?
Yeah, but nothing on it though.
Nothing on it. How come?
Well, because it's all on my blog.
Oh, okay. Uh, well, just because I know that um,
Yeah.
you have some very, very good insights, and it seems like it needs to be shared with others. So we always appreciate your insights. So, was there a particular thing you wanted to say about how it shows that Allah is an idol?
Yeah, the article itself shows that Allah is an idol because he's the same idol as in the Kaaba.
In the Kaaba.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. See, Muhammad's tribe, goes along and genuflects to that idol in the Kaaba along with all the other idols, and their shadows prostrate to Allah, which is what Muhammad is watching from the outskirts. So their shadows prostrate to Allah. Okay, Muhammad
Okay.
prostrates to Allah as well too.
Okay.
Get that?
Oh,
Thus
okay.
showing Allah is an idol.
Okay. I want you to explain that one more time. Okay.
Okay. Okay. According to shadow prostration, right? Okay. The Muhammad's tribe goes around the idols and around the Kaaba, genuflecting to the idols, okay,
Okay.
while they're humble, okay. And Muhammad observes that their shadows are prostrating to the center of the Kaaba where Allah is.
Okay.
Okay,
Wow.
they take
Okay.
all day to go around, okay,
Uh-huh.
and that's the difference, you see, right? Okay, okay.
Wow.
The tribe goes around once a day, which is a solar calendar, and Muhammad goes around 7 times because he's a Sabian.
Oh.
See, that's how it shows it's an idol, you see, right? Okay. They're all
Okay.
worshipping the same idols. Okay. Muhammad just reduces it down to one idol.
Okay. The El Akbar, the
Yeah, the
biggest
big idol
one.
in the middle, which is also a sundial. The gnomon, it's the gnomon and the sundial. Have you seen the sundial?
Okay.
Yeah.
I've
Now, when okay.
I know
Now
I've
Allah,
not. Hmm.
yeah, Allah has a hand through the ceiling of the Kaaba, and that actually has a shadow itself, and that's why Allah is time as well too. You can tell the time from Allah's idol, his hand pointing up in the sky, because it acts like a sundial.
Wow. Dang, I never knew about that. That.
I'll just look up Allah's time.
That would that be in your article there?
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah. What is shadow prostration? I see this. So,
Okay.
well, that sounds kind of intriguing there. And shadow prostration. I see this. And Allah's made for you that which He has created, shadows.
Hmm.
Okay. A refutation of this verse, read 1680. So,
That's
and to Allah prostrates whatever is within the heavens and earth willingly or by compulsion,
yeah.
and their shadows as well
And there's
in the heaven.
shadows as well.
Okay. As if their shadows are separate from them.
Yeah. You see, that's why he's calling them out for the hypocrisy, because they're saying, "Look, you worship all these other idols, but Allah, right in the middle, your shadow always points towards Allah, always prostrates to Allah."
Wow.
See, their shadows incline to the right and the left, prostrating to Allah while they are humble.
Wow. There's wow, that's something I've never even thought about. Wow. And do you not know that to Allah prostrates whoever's in the heaven and earth, and the sun, moon, stars, and the mountains and trees?
Yeah. Now, all these things prostrate the mountains, the trees, the moving creatures, and many of the people. All of them prostrate to Allah because of their shadows pointing towards Allah the idol.
Wow.
Now, the sun, moon, and stars all prostrate because their faces are pointing towards Allah all the time in the Kaaba.
Okay.
Yeah, see, the sun rises, its face is towards the Kaaba. Okay, rise up in the air, looking down upon the Kaaba, going down to the sunset, and then as sunset, it's still facing towards Allah. Okay.
Okay.
Now you'll note that actually, okay, he includes the moon as well too.
Hmm.
Okay, stars.
Stars, the moon,
Okay.
the sun, the moon, the stars, the mountains, the trees.
Yeah.
Yes.
The sun, moon, and stars, all their faces point towards Allah and the idol. The mountains, the trees, the moving creatures, and many of the people all have their shadows pointing towards Allah.
Hmm. Wow. So in the when they had the 360 idols or whatever they had
Yeah,
in the Kaaba,
yeah.
did Allah
One
have
for
a
Allah and the four others. Sorry, the wife, 3 daughters is 5. Outside is 360, one for each day of the year.
okay?
Okay, so
Wow.
360 plus 5 idols inside, 365 equals the 1 year. So
Okay.
Kaaba is originally a solar calendar.
Okay. Right. 360 days.
Yeah. 360 outside and 5 inside. 365, 1 year.
Okay. So, weren't the 365 idols all inside the Kaaba?
No, 5 inside and
Okay.
360 outside.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that because I know that I thought they were all
Yeah,
inside.
the most tribe was sun worshippers.
Oh, okay.
They worshipped
Wow.
the sun goddess, and the daughters as well too. And they also worshipped Allah as well too, but it was more distant for the night, not important.
Wow. Very interesting. That's something I didn't know.
Mm.
It's a piece. I've done so many things about the Kaaba, but I never knew that's the way to set
Yeah,
up for in my
yeah,
mind. Go ahead.
yeah. I studied Stonehenge, you see, right? Okay, and that's also a solo calendar as well too. You see, same
Okay.
principle. Okay, central worship area. Okay, and a ring of stones. You see,
Hmm.
it's obvious when you see it, when you think about it.
Well, I've always wondered, I mean, I've done stuff with Father Zechariah about the Kaaba and about the Hajj and about the Rock, and it was very much a fertility rite,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's very now they had fertility rites all over the world. I mean, this
Mm,
isn't unique
mm,
to Mecca by any means. The Greeks did it, the Romans did it,
yeah,
and the Egyptians did
yeah,
it, and
yeah.
so it just seems like it's another. It wasn't some strange paganism, that
Well, it was the
so
usual paganism, as it were.
yes. Yeah, that's so it just seems to fit all together, and Muhammad kept all of that, and decided to keep all of that. And
Yeah.
yeah, and you read in Acts chapter, I think it's 17, with the Diana when they were worshiping Diana, and they said that the rock that came down from heaven, and that was the inside their temple, and it's exactly like the Kaaba, a rock that came from heaven. And then when Paul started preaching, they started saying Diana is great, Diana is great. It's almost like Allahu Akbar, Diana Hu Akbar.
Mm, yeah.
It's so similar.
Well, yeah. The pagan idols, sorry, the pagan gods all map onto each other. You see, right? Okay. There's the god of the sun, god of the moon, right? Okay. God of the stars, right? Okay. God of the seasons, god of fertility, god of this, that, the other thing. You see, right? Okay. Because it evolved from spirit worship in nature. Okay. So you go along and go, oh, I better thank the deer for giving me its life, right? Okay. So you go, oh, it's a spirit of life, perhaps, so like the spirit of deers, okay, and it gradually it gets bigger and bigger. It's a spirit of deer, beaver, um, moose, this, that, the other.
Mhm.
So,
Wow.
and then from there, right, okay, once you see there's multiple gods, right, okay, you get the innovation of Mo, right, okay, which says it must all be one God, and all the other ones must be servants to it.
Okay. Well, you know what? That actually makes more sense because when you look at the phrase Allahu Akbar, it does not mean Allah is great. It means He's bigger.
Mm,
So it's very clear that it's talking about you know that he's being compared to someone,
mm,
or to someone else.
yeah,
And so that just seems to fit with the conception.
yeah. That's because Allah would be the greater. Then there's Akbar, his wife. Then there are the 3 daughters, right? Okay, and then there's I'm not quite sure where the pet lion fits in, but and then there's the 360 outside. See, so it's a
Okay.
hierarchy. So Allah at the top, Akbar, 3 daughters, pet lion, and then 360 idols.
Oh wow.
So
That
Allah being the greater he's the top of the pyramid, as it were.
wow. All right. Well, that is really interesting, man.
Okay.
The you know the shadows in the morning and the afternoons. So why did Muhammad think that shadows prostrate to Allah? Because our shadow lies on the grounds. Okay. There's shadows as well in the morning and afternoon. Allah has made for you from that which He has made. Wow. Wow. Allah, the dead, broken stone idol in Mecca, Petra, Jordan. And Alat, Al-Uzza, Manat, Lion, Allah, Hubal. All of this is in here?
Okay. The Muslims now are the lions of Islam, you see, right? Okay. They take over the protective function of the lion with Alat, okay, and now they're the lions for Allah, for Muhammad. Roar, I'm lion.
Pagans walked around the Kaaba, orbiting the Kaaba, genuflecting to the idols in the morning and after, while they are humble. Now, you see, I've heard about that there is there was a Hindu element to the Kaaba,
Yeah.
as well.
Oh,
And
definitely, definitely. That's because Islam and Hinduism all come from right? Okay, what Abraham rejected. Okay, they're the similar religion. It all spread out from across Arabia to make Islam, and then across India to make Hinduism. That's why I have this picture on the screen here of the 3 daughters, the lion, Allah, and the sun goddess is the arch. See, they're Hindu idols, but they fit exactly with the pagan mythos of Islam.
Wow.
See,
That's
the idol on the right, the woman idol. Okay, notice her face is different. That's Manat, the goddess of fate, death, etc.
Oh, Alat, Al-Uzza, Al-Manat, the 3.
Yeah, see?
Yes. Wow. And Allah is Hubal, Baal, and Sin.
Sin. Yeah, we can discuss that if you want to as well too. Okay, Allah being Baal is the same as in the
I just want to say one thing, and that's this is kind of interesting to me, is that she has 4 right or 5 right arms, and so Allah only has 2 right arms, but she has 5 right arms. So anyway, I don't know if that has.
I think it's a mishmashing of concepts in there.
Okay.
After all, they're not all real. Oh, notice as well too that the middle goddess has the arrow. You see, that's the arrow of divination, the gambling, as it were.
Okay.
So that's so. Remember when Muhammad says, "Don't use gambling," right? Okay, that actually means arrow divination, and that's one of the arrow divinations. You see, which the pagans use to decide which way around. Remember, it's in the Hadith. One of the leaders sacrifices his son or up to 100 camels, and he uses arrows to decide.
Oh yes, right. Yes, and you know what? It's kind of interesting that if you look at that scepter that she has in her hand, the middle on the top of it, it's very close to the name Allah on the top of the scepter there.
That's also very interesting. Oh, I hadn't noticed that before.
Yeah, it's very close to Allah than how they write Allah. So. Anyway, I don't know if there is anything to that, but it's very close.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Dang, that is really amazing. I mean, just because Muhammad kept so much from the pagans.
Yeah. He kept huge amounts, actually, huge amounts.
Now, you said something. You said he was a Sabian.
yeah. Because it says in the Hadith, right? Okay. Oh, he's a Sabi, he's a Sabian, etc. Okay. And also in the biographies Hadith, okay, it says that before he invented Islam, okay, he was going around the Kaaba 7 times or more. Okay, that's 7 times for each of the 7 classical planets: Sun, Earth, Mercury, Venus, Earth. Oh, sorry, Venus. Oh, sorry, and Mars and Saturn. You see?
Yes. Yeah, well, that also is an interesting point too, is that
Mm.
the reason for the seven circumambulations is because of the seven. They believe there were
Yeah,
7 planets.
yeah, and that's the tradition from Muhammad, the Sabian. You see, right? Okay, he went around 7 times.
Okay. So the Sabians were in Arabia, and
Well, the Hadith says that Mo was a Sabian. Okay, maybe it was
says
only for a
that.
short period of time, but
Okay.
and then he kept that tradition. You see, of his.
Wow. Wow, that's interesting because I mean the at the beginning Islam said that the Sabians, the Christians, and the Jews were all heaven bound, you know. I mean later it says Islam is the only religion, but at the beginning, this is one of the big contradictions in the Quran. It says that the Sabians, the Christians, and the Jews, that they had nothing to fear about Judgment Day. So,
Yeah, and of course.
I,
And of course, right, Kate, Mo allows Sabians to have no fear. They're part of the religion as well, and also Magians or the Zoroastrians as well too.
Zoroastrian. So they had those around too at that
Yeah,
time. Wow. Well, I know that they
which is
were.
which
They
is
were.
which is incredibly stupid, but it fits with his unification of religions. You see, right? Okay, he's trying to make all the religions that he knows of, right? Okay, and joins them all together, mashes them up, pounds them together like he's making bread or something.
Just that. Well, he's got so much from the Jews, so much from the Christians, and
Yeah.
obviously from. I mean, there's stuff that
Yeah,
is
and yeah,
Hindu.
he's packing it all in from everywhere. He's got pagan legends. He's got the Greek sciences, which he was educated with, right? Okay, Reformationism. He's got Galen's embryology.
Yes.
He's got the classical 4 elements: earth, water, fire, air. Okay, they're all in the Quran. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, he's got the landscape gods, which are pagan and are greater than Allah. That's the sky god, okay, the earth mother, and the mountain gods. You see, so it's the skies above, earth below, and the mountains are left and right.
Now, one thing I'm kind of curious about is going back to Alat al-Uzza
Well,
al-Manat.
thanks, Houston. Yep.
Uh, is the I mean, is this actually their picture from like India or something?
Yeah, that picture is from an Indian source, Hindu source, and it fits exactly right with the pagan goddesses of Mo's tribe. Pet lion right in the
Okay.
middle. Sun goddess is the arch, and that fits with the idol of the sun goddess that Mo got rid of from the Kaaba in the Hadith.
Mhm.
Remember in the Hadith, right? Okay, it says he removed was it a bronze or copper arch? That's the idol of the sun goddess, the arch.
Oh. So did they worship these in India?
Yeah. They worship all of
Oh,
them.
okay. And then, but the Qurayshi tribe also worshiped them, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
Allah is just one of many gods who didn't matter much because he's the moon god, you see, night.
Yeah.
They were solar worshippers.
But Allah must have had a little bit of preeminence and stuff. I
Oh
mean,
yeah. Okay, but
because
the main ones were the daughters, right? Okay, because they are the most concerned to the people of this tribe. Okay, one's
really,
reproduction, one's fate, right? Okay, for the sex rights. Okay, on the right. Okay, manat. Okay,
wow. So and there's that verse that talks about these. I mean, these these three girls are named in the Quran. The only
Mm,
one of only four women
yeah.
named in the Quran,
See,
females named in the
Alauza
Quran,
and the
and Maryam. Yeah.
yeah,
So wow, that's really wild, man. So this
yeah.
is
And Houston is right as well too, because the toga worn at the Hajj looks like Hindu garments. Yeah, it's the same tradition.
wow.
Okay, shaving all the hair off, right? Okay, to get rid of all the lice and fleas, right? Okay, give them a fresh start, as it were. Okay, and toga. Okay, there, yeah. Because the tribe went around nude for
Okay.
the
Yes.
Emirat. Okay, so Moses' innovation was to put clothing on them, then say it was from Allah.
Now you see, I heard about that too. I mean, when I did a program with Father Zechariah. Now I didn't know a lot of these
Mm,
details, but I did know that they used to
yeah,
go around it nude,
yeah.
and they still almost do, I
And
mean,
there's still the abuse of women as well too in the Hajj, not Hajj, and they're going around of the Kaaba. Okay,
yes,
remember the Muslim men guarding their women, right? Okay, putting women inside their ring of men, so they're not molested by the other Muslims. Yeah,
wow.
yeah. Satanic verses, Houston. Yeah,
Wow, very interesting. And this guy here, who's this guy here with the mustache that looks like an Italian?
yeah. That's Allah.
That's Allah?
Yes,
Oh, how come
it's
he's
flipped.
got a wound? Looks like he's got
I'm
a
not
wound on
sure
his chest.
why. I have to look up the Hindu myths, okay, because I think that's a recent thing. You see, right? Okay, but basically,
Okay.
it's the woman taking charge over the man, so it's become female centric. You see, right? Okay,
Oh, yeah.
and Muhammad is flipping it around to make it male centric. Allah and his three daughters who are servants to him.
Okay. Wow.
See the three daughters, okay, which is an unmanly type thing. Real men have sons.
Yes. Well, there's the verse about where Allah says you attribute to him daughters, and yeah, well, you guys get sons, and so wow, that is really interesting. My goodness, man, and wow. The Qurayshi Nabateans also worshipped Allah, their chief idol, along with Allah's three daughters. Well, I know that Muhammad's family, in their lineage, there was Abd al-Uzza, which means the slaves of Uzza. That was one of the families. And there is other people too also named that in the hadiths, Abd al-Uzza, which means slaves of Uzza, along with Abdullah, which is the slaves of Allah.
Yeah,
And
trying to
so,
track all that out is going to be a bit complicated. There's a
yeah,
lot. There's still stuff missing, I'm sure, from the Quran.
wow. Very interesting. Thank you for sharing that with us. That's very enlightening. And yeah, now what does exactly mean now? Forgive me for being so ignorant, but I was educated in American schools and in American universities, and so I'm not sure what genuflecting means.
Genuflecting is bowing, worshipping, praising, bending over, bowing, etc.
Oh, okay. To the 360 idols. Wow. Dang.
The hint is while they are humble, okay, which means that they are bowing down and lowering themselves. You see?
Yes. But so there's Mecca in Saudi Arabia wasn't originally Mecca in
Mm.
Petra, Jordan.
This is important because the mountains prostrate to Allah. You see, and
Okay.
there aren't any mountains prostrating to Allah in Mecca and Saudi Arabia, but there is in Petra.
Say that again. Sir?
Okay, the mountains, the hills around Mecca in Saudi Arabia are small and not well defined, but the mountains in Petra are well defined and large and close, so you can see them, right? Okay, prostrating with their shadows towards Allah and the Kaaba.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Very interesting. Dang. You brought a whole different dimension here to the
This is what I
well,
pointed out, that this shows you that Allah is an idol, but doesn't directly tell you.
yes. Allah yes. Yeah, Allah's concerned about having daughters, I mean that
Yeah,
that they haven't attributed to him sons,
yeah.
even the
And that also links to another little problem with Muhammad, right? Okay, his sons died early, and it's likely that they were to other men, not him. You see, he realized
okay.
he was a cuckold. Okay, but even then, his sons didn't survive it, so he couldn't make a dynasty to be a dynasty attorney.
Uh, so do you think he was like what is it? That he couldn't have
Yeah.
kids?
I,
Yeah.
I, I think I think all his kids that's mentioned in the Hadith, okay, are to
Yes.
other men.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
and I'm pretty sure he realized he was a cuckold later in his life, but it was okay because he knew he couldn't have kids, so that's why. See,
hmm.
okay, and this comes from where is it now? The disaster. Oh yes, here we are. The Great Affliction.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard about that he was not impotent, but he was incapable of having kids. Yeah. So, and I mean, he had all those wives, and yet um, the only one I've heard survived is Fatima. I haven't heard about any of the other ones surviving. Is there any others who survived? His daughters, Kulthum or something?
There we go. Okay, I don't know all the details offhand. I can't remember
Okay.
them.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's a phone call. Better not be for me.
Okay.
Stop! 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 Yeah. So
Okay.
Mo's great affliction was knowing that he'd not having sons, and then knowing he can't have sons. You see, right? Okay. And then he's
Oh.
basically going through all of the Quran, right? Okay, repeating the stories of prophets with sons. Okay, and trying to say that, trying to imply that this is for him as well too.
Wow. Like Abraham and David and
Yeah.
Solomon and that.
Yeah. My article about the Great Affliction shows all the evidence for that as well too.
Wow. Thank you for sending me your articles there, man. That's I'd love to read that, man. Sounds great. And I like the way that you do your articles too. They seem very
I
easy
try
to
to make them
read.
as clear as I can.
Yeah. They seem very easy to read and they're easy on the eyes, and most importantly for us Americans,
Mm.
pictures, you know. But they're short and concise. I appreciate that. So I'm not a big reader, unfortunately, and but I should be, but I'm
Oh, the
not.
video doesn't go to your country. Oh dear. I have to go along and check with that.
What is that?
Shadow. Oh, I know. It's okay. The video at the end is not important. It's only a song.
Oh, okay.
Mike, it's Mike Oldfield's Moonlight Shadow. It might not be
Oh,
available in the US, which is a bit
oh,
strange.
oh, moon shadow moon.
Yeah, you see, Moon Shadow.
Oh yes, I know that song. So, uh, but it looks like you got a good song there, "Save Your Shadow." Oh, Blake Shelton, my goodness,
Yes.
he's singing for the Lord now. It's like I hope so.
I like to include songs as well too, right, Kay, to show you that they're better songwriters than Muhammad, and it's a subtle mockery of Muhammad.
Yes, that's great. It's like, I did a thing once called Allah for One. Allah for one, because, it says in the Quran that he swears by the sun and the moon and the
Yeah,
stars and the figs
yeah,
and the
yeah,
pizzas and there was actually a group called All for One, and they actually had a song by the moon and the
yep,
stars up above. So I thought that was kind of funny, similar. And they
yeah,
said that you can't write anything like what Allah said, but
yeah.
the
But
Quran.
for truth defenders, I think Mo was using the wrong place to shoot his blanks. Okay? I don't think
Okay.
he was. I don't think he knew the right place.
Okay. Okay.
I think I can't prove that yet.
Okay. Well, we'll zoot that. I mean, we'll talk about that story when we get to the zoot section and yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that, man.
no problem.
That's a that's a really
Muslims.
great.
This is an example of how to debate and talk and chat and have a conversation nicely with Christians. See, if you're trying to go on and find out where I am and what I look like, try to think about how this works. Okay.
Wow. Now, judging by your accent, you sound like you're either down under or
I'm a mix of English, Australian, and New Zealand.
okay. Wow, you got all three. Well, I'll tell you what. I am so proud of New Zealand. The rest of you,
Oh
sorry, you're
yes,
not.
New Zealand actually managed to actually not agree with the rest of the world and give Palestinian statehood.
Yes. Yes, and they also and they also, man, did you see them doing that Maori dance where they're
Yes, yes, as well
ripping
too.
up those flags and
Destiny Church.
yes.
He's the guy that runs that is a great guy as well too. He's rather switched on and clued on about the threat of Islam and woke.
Do you know his name?
Um, I'm sure if you search for Destiny Church in New Zealand and then look
Okay.
for a leader, you should
Okay.
better find it. I think I can't
Okay.
remember offhand. I used to know it, but I can't remember now.
Yeah, just because my pastors, I mean, like 40 years ago, they were from New Zealand, and so they used to tell us about some of the pastors in New Zealand, and there was this one
Oh yeah,
who got attacked, and some guy came to his house with a machete and cut him up and everything like that, and he survived, and then he and his wife went on the media, kind of like Kirk, you know, uh, Kirk's wife, and said, "Look, I forgive him for what he did." And it was a huge earthquake that happened in New Zealand spiritually as a result of that. And oh, okay, Brian Tamaki, okay,
yeah,
yeah, and they also, but we used to sing a song at my church. It had Maori words in it in our worship songs, and so but when I saw that, my wife showed it to me. I thought, wow, the Maoris, those Indians, have really embraced Christ in such a powerful way. It's so
yeah,
beautiful,
yeah.
man. So awesome. So yeah, wow. Well, since I've got you here, if I can just go ahead and show some of the things that I was going to show, and then I'd really like to have
Oh
your
yeah,
comment
sure,
on it.
sure.
Uh, um, and the I was just got this crazy idea today to just do things 25. I was thinking about like the way Muslims are trying to divest themselves of the hadith. They just, there's so much embarrassing stuff there. It's just easier to just say forget it all and just say we're Quran only, which,
Yeah.
that's,
Well,
especially in America, you see a lot of that. And
yeah. Well, Quran only is incoherent with Islam, right? Okay, because you've got to have the hadith for the prayer times and
yes,
the
shahada,
and so
yes.
that's why I always ask. Oh, yeah, I only follow the Quran. I only follow the Quran. Okay. Well, how many times a day do you pray? Is it two
Yes.
times, 3 times, 8 times?
That's true. The Quran says 3 times, but the Hadith says five, and all Muslims go by the
Yeah.
five.
Yeah, so there must be Quranas and Hadith as well too. Yeah.
Yes. Well, the Sam, oh, Christian concern Sam Solomon died. I'm not sure who that is. I'm not, which isn't good. I should know, but I don't. I didn't know him. But thank you for sharing that, brother. Um, all right, you guys. This kind of my topic here. 25 things the Quran
Yeah.
does not tell us about Muhammad, and number one does not tell us his father's name.
Name,
Okay.
yes. You have to guess that.
Yes, you have to guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
and in my opinion, it's Warwicker.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to. Oops. Oops. Well, we're going to have to debate that just because I'm of the opinion that it is Buhaira.
Bahara,
And
yes.
the only reason is because remember when his mother found out she was pregnant, that this light went forth from her
Yes. The light
all the
from
way.
her all the way to Bosra. Okay. And that to
Yes.
me shows that it's Warwicker because he was Gnostic. You see, right? Okay. So light from her, okay, light to Bosra, it's saying, this is your son, Warwicker.
Okay. Now I thought that's where Buhaira was too.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Now
so,
there is there is one thing, right? Okay. Bahira could be the earlier name of Warwicker.
yeah,
Okay.
really?
Because someone mentioned in a chat earlier that Warwicker's name meant paper. Okay. Now, if he
Waraka means paper,
retired from
yes.
being a wandering monk, right? Okay, and was losing his eyesight, and he was looking at his library with his Injil, okay, he would take the name of Warwicker instead of Bahara. So, could be same person, maybe. I don't know.
Well, you know what? It sounds it seems like what there's kind of that myth about Muhammad going with his uncle to Syria, and on the way there he
Oh
sees
yes, yes.
Buhaira sees him and says, "Oh, I saw the seal of the prophet. He's got a mole on his back,"
Mm.
and the and then there's this great Buhaira is very interesting. I don't know, when I was a kid, that one thing they taught us in school that like Buhaira was kind of like showing Christianity embracing Islam, or kind of passing the baton to Islam. That's kind of the way they used to teach it to us in school. So, but they do seem very similar. They both seem to have had a similar role in Muhammad's life,
Oh
Waraka
yes,
and
yes,
Buhaira.
yes. Okay, yeah, I get the feeling that they're probably the same person myself,
Okay.
but I could be wrong. Maybe they're two separate people, or just coincidences. Perhaps people do have coincidences in life.
Okay. Well, the Father Zechariah has
Toe,
done a
yeah,
lot.
ooh, yeah. Ugh. Mary Houston. Oh.
Well, you know what? You just
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because of the chest feeding. Yuck.
yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. Well, one time I was asked to speak at at a Bible college. Well, it wasn't a Bible college. It was a church class about witnessing to different religions, and they asked me to do the thing about Islam, and I told them that that Muhammad also had a miracle birth, he was born 4 years after his father died, and a lot of people got the joke, but some didn't. But yeah, the 4-year pregnancy. So, well, that's very interesting. So, anyway,
Madness.
guys, the common belief among Muslims is that his father was Abdullah. Okay, but there's a lot of room,
There's a
a
lot of
lot
room to
of
move.
a lot of wiggle room in that one. So, so that's one thing the Quran doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you his father's name. And another thing it doesn't tell you is his wives' names. Now, you would think that this would be, since his wives are mentioned, I mean, there's his squabbles with them are mentioned, and there's even a Quran verse where Allah and Jibreel and all the
There's
believers. Huh?
there's a mess of Quran verses about the wives and doesn't mention their names. Who are you
Does it?
talking to, man?
Yeah. It's like, of course, we have to also keep in mind that there is a higher principle, and that is that women are not considered worthy to have their names in the Quran, and
That's right,
so
except for Mary, okay, who's
except
a
for
prophet.
Mary and Alat al Manat too, of course, but
Oh yeah.
so yeah, but none of his wives, as significant as they were, and all his squabbles with them that became the lore of the hadith. None of them are mentioned. Not one of them. Not Khadija, not Aisha, not Hafsa, even though they're alluded to. Hafsa and Aisha are alluded to when Allah and Jibreel and all the good angels and all the good Muslim believers all joined Muhammad against his wives in Quran 64:5, I think it is, so, or 65:4 or something. But their names, sorry, you're not worthy to have your name in the Quran. So, okay, another thing the Quran doesn't tell us. It doesn't tell us his mother's name. So,
Yeah. Hadith only, Amina.
yeah, Amina.
And of course, the miracle of Muhammad's birth, right? Okay, the huge beam of light, etc. Why isn't that in the Quran? Look, you could tell Muhammad is a prophet because of the great beam of light that came from his mother's age, AJ, to Syria.
Yes, and wow, and it also went out when he was born. So it was
Yep.
also the 2 times that light shined all the way. I mean, that was some light, and it's always interesting that the light did not go to Berlin, did not go to Tokyo, did not go to Egypt. It just went specifically to Syria. Like
Logically, okay, that beam of light should have gone upwards to Allah, because Muhammad is the lesser light and Allah is the greater light, and that would have
oh.
seen. That would have seen. That's divine. Muhammad comes from Allah. He's the prophet. That beam of light.
Yeah, that's John Doe. Nobody knows who. Osama Duke says Abdullah's name for Muhammad's father is equivalent. Oh, well, yeah. Abdullah means slave of Allah, and so it is definitely it's not just a name. It has a meaning, and a very clear meaning, which is interesting because this shows you that Allah was not just Muhammad's concoction. They actually did have slaves of Allah before Muhammad, if his father's name was
which
Abdullah.
which which also confirms as well too, right? Okay, that the tribe worshipped Allah, right? Okay, and it was part of their normal polytheism. You see, right? Okay.
Okay. Well, there,
So,
yeah.
a person's called slave of Allah. Obviously, it must refer to something.
Yes, slave of Allah. But there's also Abdul Uzza, slave of Uzza, too. And all right, some other things the Quran does not tell us about Muhammad. Does not tell us where he lived. And now we could Now, what I'm saying is, I'm saying that the way that the Bible tells us very clearly where Jesus was and where he lived. I mean, you can trace his travels. You know, he went to Capernaum, he went to Galilee, he went to
Yeah,
Samaria, he went to Jerusalem, he went.
yeah. You,
You
you
know,
can map out the path of Jesus in the Bible, as it were, and I've seen maps for them. But you can't do that with Muhammad.
yes, and if you're going to go by exactly, um, but exactly, for instance, Muhammad, da da da. Now, Muhammad's only mentioned 4 times in the Quran, and those 4 times tell us very little about him, and a lot of the times, things that are believed to be about Muhammad, the Quran does not very clearly say that that's about Muhammad. It could be about somebody else, you know, like especially the verse, the very famous verse about the magic donkey ride, you know, where he got on the El Burak and rode to Jerusalem, supposedly. That it says, Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi. You know, praise be the one who took his slave to, you know, from the mosque of the Haram to the mosque of Al-Aqsa. Well, it doesn't say which slave that is. It just says his slave. And so you can go ahead and say that's Muhammad. And I know Muslims believe it's Muhammad, but the Quran doesn't say it's Muhammad. And if you go into the rest of that surah, it's about Moses. The surah is more about Moses. And so it's very strange, you know. There's only 4 verses that mention Muhammad. And even those, you're not 100% sure that they're, you know, about this man Muhammad. You know, if I could just show, if I could show the real quickly the verses. There's that here. These are the 4 verses about Muhammad. 3144.
Oh,
Muhammad is only a messenger. Many were the messenger that passed away before him. If he died or were slain, would you turn back your heels? And yes, they did, but there was a sword to bring them back.
3144 is part of the eulogy for Muhammad.
Repeat that, please.
3144 is part of the eulogy for Muhammad.
So, was it not? I mean, but it was. I mean, did it exist before the eulogy?
Yeah, it comes after Muhammad died.
To who?
Yeah. It's revelation after Muhammad, and it's put in the Quran.
But this is what happened when people, as soon as he died, they just like, we're out of this religion. But they came with the apostate wars. But if this came after he died, then who did it come to? I mean, it didn't come to Muhammad if he was dead. Wow. I'm learning something here. This is really, if you're a Muslim out there, you're watching right now, please pay attention because this is very devastating. I mean, that could be a whole.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a whole episode there. The verse that came after Muhammad died. Wow. Muhammad is only a messenger. Many were the messengers
that passed away before him. You see, right? Okay. If he died or was slain with Timothy Hills, right? Okay. So it's actually after he died.
If he died or were slain, will you turn back on your heels? If any did turn back on his heels.
That's someone else speaking, not Muhammad, not Allah, not Jibril, someone else.
Yo boy, yay. My goodness, I want to see the Arabic. وما محمد إلا رسول قد لت من قبل
Eh,
الرسل
This is how you correct me,
وأفأن.
Iraqi. Reveal the Arabic to me. Correct me, correct me.
Well, actually, I'm just kind of curious to see if this is actually this على عقبه ومن ينقلب على عقبه فلن يضر الله شيئا وسي سيجزي الله الشاكرين. Okay, well, wow, that is very, very interesting, man. Wow. That is, I mean, that's mind blowing. There's actually you have a verse, you have an article about it, Mike.
Yep,
Yeah, could you please put it in the private chat, huh? So,
yep. Got that done already.
hey, my goodness, this is like mind blowing stuff here, man. Wow, phew! I never knew this, man. So you guys, you heard it
I
here
was
first.
shocked when I found it.
Yeah, if you somebody says yeah, but yeah. That's what my wife always says. Um, you know, so here you guys heard about it, that there was actually verses in the Quran that came after Muhammad died. Yo boy, yeah. Who did they come to? So that is very interesting. Dang, blew my mind there. So I like that. All right, well, let's go look. Let's go back and see the rest of the situation here. Dang. Okay, Surah Al-Ahzab. This is where Muhammad and is a crazy chapter. It says Muhammad is not the father of any of your men. Of course, this is when he wanted his son's wife. But he is the messenger of Allah and the seal of the prophets, and Allah has full knowledge of all things. And so this is when he wanted to marry his daughter-in-law. And so he wanted his adopted
Yes.
son, to divorce her. So, but Muhammad was a very good, upright, and just man, and he didn't just want his son to just divorce his wife and have Muhammad marry her because people might talk. And so he waited until Allah sent the verse, and Allah, to like Aisha said, was hastening to fulfill his desire. And Allah sent down this verse, Allah is not the father of any of your men, but he's the messenger of Allah and the seal of the prophets. So, yeah. Would you like to say anything about that?
I haven't got anything amazing about those yet.
Okay. Well, Surah Al-Ahzab is, the interesting thing is, while it doesn't.
48:29 is the parable of the sower.
Oh, okay. Muhammad is the messenger of Allah, and those who are with him are strong against unbelievers, compassionate amongst each other. You will see him bow and prostrate themselves, seeking grace from Allah, good place. On their face.
The gospel. See?
I'm sorry?
There's similitude in the gospel, you see, copying from the parable of the sower in the Bible.
Okay, compassionate, and you will see their faces, traces, and this is their similitude to the Torah, and similitude to the gospel is like a seed which sends forth. Okay, becomes thick, stands on its own. The sower with wonders and delight. In other words, they should have just said this is stolen from the gospel and the Torah. As a result, it fills the unbelievers with rage. Oh, okay, wow. Okay, very good. Thank you for
29.
Okay, but these are the only 4 times that Muhammad is mentioned. And there is also this one, 47:2. But those who believe and work the righteousness and believe in the revelation sent down to Muhammad, for it is the Lord, truth from their Lord. He will remove from them their ills and improve their condition. Okay, those who believe in the revelation sent down to Muhammad. So it's showing that he got revelation, showing that he was the prophet, messenger. It's showing that he wanted to marry his daughter in law. And then we got the one that is from after his death. But there's also this one, but this one doesn't actually say Muhammad. This one says Ahmad, and this is where it's predicting. It says, giving the glad tidings of a messenger to come after me, whose name shall be Ahmad. And when they came with clear signs, this is evident sorcery. So this is where supposedly Jesus is predicting the coming of Ahmed, which is not Muhammad. I have an uncle named Ahmed and I have an uncle named Muhammad. They're definitely not the same person. The names are not the same names, but yeah. So anyway, so these are the only verses with Muhammad's name in them in the Quran. So yeah. So anyway, let's go back to our list of things that the Quran doesn't tell us. Okay, another thing the Quran does not tell us is where he was born. It it never says Muhammad was born in this place or that place. Now we do know where Moses was born. We know where David was born. We know where Jesus was born. But we do not know where Muhammad was born. Okay, there's no verse in the Quran. Now in the Hadith it does, but the Quran, I'm saying the Quran does not tell us. Just because the Quran says that it is the complete, perfectly detailed book with perfect details about everything in the universe that you need to know, but it doesn't have any of these information in it. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read you the list of other things that, because there's 25 of them, I don't want to keep you until Thursday here. So next Thursday. So I will go ahead and read to you some of the other stuff that it doesn't tell us. The Quran does not tell us his employment. Does not does tell the Bible tells us about Jesus that he was a carpenter. It doesn't tell us his birth date, even though Muslims celebrate his birthday, Mawlid Nabawi, and in a prophetic birthday. And by the way, yes, I need to tell you people that they do steal our Santa Claus, but the Muslim Santa Claus wears green. So anyway, but if you go to Jerusalem, the Damascus Gate, you can see that Santa Claus. So, all right. The Quran does not tell us when he died. The Quran does not tell us how he died. The Bible does tell us how Jesus died. And the Quran does not tell us how Muhammad died. The Bible does tell us how Jesus died. The Quran does not tell us about his poisoning. Okay. The number 12, the Quran does not tell us what he did to the Banu Qurayza. I mean, this is one of the huge battles that he did where he committed genocide on the Banu Qurayza tribe of the Jews. And the Quran doesn't tell us about it. I mean, it doesn't mention Muhammad did this, The Quran does not mention Muhammad's name in his interactions with Jibreel. It doesn't say Muhammad, Jibreel came to Muhammad and and especially that incident in the cave, where it doesn't tell us that. Number 14, it does not tell, and this right here is probably the biggest, one of the most important things. It does not tell us that the Quran does not tell us the name of the magic donkey. Okay? And that's very insulting because, yes, as many of you know, one of our presidents was named after that donkey. And it does not tell us his first revelation. Now, it is mentioned in the Quran, Surah 96:1, but it doesn't tell us this was the first revelation when Jibreel came and squeezed him 3 times. and told him, Ikra, Ikra. And he didn't think it was Jibreel. He thought it was Satan. But Waraka told him it was Jibreel. Okay. The Quran does not tell us the first surah. Okay. The first surah. And if you just go by the way the Quran, every Quran is written, you'll think that Al-Fatiha is the first surah. Which means that the Muslims have moved. This is something they accuse the Christians of, moving the words from their places. Okay. It does not tell us his best friend. It does not tell us his followers. It does not tell us, that Abu Bakr used to follow Muhammad. Okay. It doesn't tell us his interactions with Waraka bin Nawfal. Now, the hadith was very clearly told us about that Muhammad was going to commit suicide after Waraka bin Nawfal died. He was so dependent on Waraka bin Nawfal, but the Quran doesn't tell us his name, Waraka bin Nawfal. The Quran does not tell us of any Muhammad's miracles. And some people say, wait a minute, there was the magic donkey incident. Well, if you read the verse, it doesn't say nothing about no magic donkey. Doesn't even mention a magic donkey. No magic donkey in the Quran. Okay? And no Jerusalem in the Quran. And no Palestine in the Quran. Now, there's a bunch of Israels, but no Palestine. Okay? It doesn't tell us any of Muhammad's teachings. Okay? It does not give us any of Muhammad's explanations of the theology that he was bringing. It doesn't tell us anything about his childhood. Doesn't tell us. Okay, I actually have two left that I have not written. If anybody would like to suggest two more, because I need two more. I got 23. So if anybody would like to look to suggest two more things that the Quran doesn't tell us about Muhammad, Oh, thank you, Houston. The other important donkey in Muhammad's life, Ya'fur, very important. And Muhammad had very deep conversations with Ya'fur and the donkey Ya'fur. And sorry, this is in the hadith, but it's not in the Quran. Okay. And the fact that Ya'fur committed suicide when Muhammad died. Ya'fur jumped into a well, committed suicide, but none of that is in the Quran. Okay, but okay, the name of the she-camel of Allah. Okay, well, all right. Well, Brother Andrew, is there anything else you would like to add or comment on, or?
I can't think of anything at the moment, but I'll probably think of it in 5 minutes' time after I leave.
Okay. Well, we really appreciate you always coming on and being here, and we'd love to have you come up again. I mean, this was really very wonderful, and if you ever have an idea of something that you would like to come up and share with us,
Okay.
that'd be great. Let me know. And
Okay.
thanks
for your offer.
Yeah, you really have enlightened us on a bunch of stuff. Jerusalem is in 2259, the unnamed village of the story copied from Baruch.
Ooh.
Okay, but it doesn't say. Does it say the name Jerusalem? Okay, now I'm going to have to look. Okay, Quran 2. Oh, unnamed. He says it's unnamed. 259. Let me look. كذلك مر على قرية وهي خاوية على عروشها قال إني. Okay, so pass by a town. Okay. All right. Well, Of course, it's unnamed, but I'm specifically talking about the name. Jerusalem is not never there. So the Truth Defender says makes it Quran 33:20 makes it impossible to be Quran only. Indeed, the Messenger of Allah is a good example for you who hopes in the last day and remembers Allah much. Yeah, and the fact that the Quran says that you must obey Allah and the Prophet.
Hey,
And
yep.
so,
Your mum fell over, I think.
Again? Okay. I have to go.
oops. Oh, we lost our friend Andrew there. He slipped out. So, all right. Well, that's kind of where we were going today. And actually, I just kind of want to show the 25 things the Quran does not tell us about Muhammad. That I'm curious now to find out when I speak to a Quran only Muslim what they think about Muhammad and what they believe about him and where do they get all that information from, because they're not getting it from the Quran, because the Quran doesn't have all of that information. You have to have the hadiths, you have to have the sira. Sira means the biographies. You have to have those, in order to to have a coherent story, because the Quran only mentions him by name 4 times. And a lot of the other times when it says, "Oh, prophet," or something like that, we don't know which prophet that was. So, but I think, you guys, the most important thing, if I could just say the most important thing I think that happened today for me is the fact that I found out that there's a verse in the Quran, that came after after Muhammad died. This verse right here came down after Muhammad died. I'm just curious now. I'm just going to. I'm kind of curious now just to see real quickly. Quran X. Okay. 3:144. I'm kind of curious to see what commentaries. I always like to go to Ibn Abbas first. Oh, shoot, man. Well, I think there's a way to do this. 3:144. I was wondering if Ibn Abbas. Okay. 3:144. Okay. For some reason, we're not able to do it. So, but let me go to Jalalain 3. Oh, don't tell me he doesn't have. Okay, he has it. Okay. Oh, this is because the internet's not working right, or Ibn Kathir even? Does Ibn Kathir not have it too? Nobody has it. What's up with that? Okay, 144. Okay. Muslims suffered defeat at the Battle of Uhud and some were killed. Shaitan shouted, "Muhammad has been killed." Ibn Kamiya went back to the idolaters and claimed, "I have killed Muhammad." Some Muslims believed this rumor and thought that the messenger had been killed, claiming that this could happen. For Allah narrated that this occurred for many prophets before. Therefore, the Muslims' resolve was weakened and they did not actively participate in battle. Okay. Even if Muhammad was killed, defend your religion. Okay. Abu Bakr. Okay, so this is what Ibn Kathir says. Okay. I'm not sure I believe him though. Okay. 3:144. See what Al-Wahidi says, Muhammad, okay. In the Battle of Uhud, some ran away and said Muhammad had been killed. Why not surrender to them? They are your brothers after all. But some said, if Muhammad is killed, okay. They quailed not for aught that befell them in the way of Allah. Okay. All right. Wow. So, again, how can a Quran only Muslim honor this? If you really love Allah, then you follow me. Allah will love you and forgive you your sin. Then you will follow me. Okay. Say, okay. Which verse is this? 331? Let me just look at 331 real quickly here. 331. قل إن كنتم تحبون الله فاتبعوني. Okay. Then follow me. Okay, I guess Muhammad is the one who's saying this. If you love Allah, follow Muhammad. Okay, so all right. If someone were going to add a verse to the Quran right after Muhammad died, it is exactly, yeah. I mean, that's why I'm not sure I'm believing these commentaries, you know. So, all right, you guys. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. And I was kind of hoping that our friend Amir was going to come on. It's a little bit late, I think, for him. But thank you for being with us. And if you haven't done it, please do it now. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. يسوع ساعدني. يسوع سامحني. يسوع ادخل قلبي. We love you, but much more importantly, he loves you. So have a great night, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow.
Creating triple high, he's creating and he doesn't know, and he's making fun of me because he can't answer. He can't answer.
No, your voice is funny. That's why I'm making fun
No,
of you.
it's funny. Or your logic doesn't
Are
work.
you gonna let me talk at all?
I gave you the chance. Recite right now, Fatiha.
Okay, I don't know
Prove
the
to us that
I don't want to know it. I don't want to know.
Ex-Muslim.
But I know a lot of Quran
He's not
verses.
ex-Muslim.
But I know a lot of I know a lot of Quran verses.
He only knows
Can I tell you some of the Quran verses I know?
He's like, oh,
Are you afraid also? Are you also afraid? Are you gonna do like him? Okay, well then let me say something from the Quran. Let me say something from the Quran. Let me tell you.
Fatiha. Everybody. Fatiha. 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 Right now, Fatiha. Fatiha. Recite right now.
I don't know.
We're all watching you. Recite Fatiha.
I don't want to